Yes, welcome back, Leos. Let's continue with your reading. Um, Learning, for one, uh, resonating with you guys on a personal level, being in the month of May, which is in the fifth house, and learning why this situation might be an issue for you, or going in the new direction in which you're heading towards might be somewhat of contemplation. I researched information since last year in regards to numerology, numbers, and how it connects to our planets or our natal charts or our zodiac sign right now. So for you, Leos, you're in the fifth house. You're number 5, which is all about free spirit, loves change, adventure, excitement, freedom. That would explain the boat. Freedom is needed for you to bring forth many talents, which would explain, describe, and writing for the feminine Leos as well, in their expression, and their soulmate expression as well. Gifted in communications, very adaptable, which you are, masculine and feminine Leos. Fashionable, loves bright colors, charisma makes them popular. That would explain why, even in your past lives and your soulmate past lives, how your popularity in the service that you provided for others have truly helped them. And how you can use it in this present life right now. So wanting to try everything at least once. Now this is the negative, but how I see it, positive about you. Wanting to try everything at least once in life leads to trouble and unhealthy indulgence, stimulating their senses through sex, food, alcohol, and drugs. I feel that's just a way of suppressing your creativity and trying to find a way or outlet to, yes, be creative, like in your present life is having you and your soulmate readjust to doing. So if that means exercising self-restraint, this is what you and your soulmate is figuring out how to do from your emotions and how you communicate that openly. And exercising self-control in your own way, masculine and feminine Leos. You must be honest to yourself and others every day. So if this is truly a passion for you, whatever it is in moving forward, now's the time to do that, because you're all about taking charge. So having your emotions match your willpower is necessary. This is why we see you as the sun. This is why your planet is the sun. And we all as human beings love the sun. And we all as human beings love the star, which is you. And your opposite sign is not Gemini. So yes, you do know how to communicate, but your opposite sign is Aquarius, which is all about organization, family, structure, communities. Again, communities. Sailors and scribe writers, they don't just stay in one location. They expand and locate based on their service, their true service, and what they connect to. Not what people feel that you are, but what you know you are is how you're going to move forward. So if that means being more creative in how you're going to approach that, like it was said earlier, so be it. And that's your number 5. What I found out from the fifth house in Leo, is your responsibility is pleasure, love, and entertainment. Circumstances that makes a person reality beautiful. So how your service has to match you in the core, like your true self, Mr. and Miss Leo. This is what your soulmate is now understanding in the present. In the fifth house, how one, you as the individual, expresses him or herself equals your personal road towards happiness. I repeat, how one, which is you, masculine and feminine Leos, and your soulmate, expresses him or herself equals your personal road to success. So how you go in that direction, how you feel about it truly, will determine your happiness and how you see it in your everyday life. So the next cards that came up was the unwise choice. What is the unwise choice? For example, in my mind's eye and your energy, masculine Leo, you and your soulmate would have to be where your service has to match you. So when I was saying earlier, if you're into sailing or navigation, it could be in any profession, but it has to really match you. I just gave an example of how it can be translated in a profession, but it really comes from you, masculine Leo. So say for instance, you were a sailor in your past life, right? You and your soulmate were sailors, captains of merchandise that other cultures needed. Say for instance, you sold chocolate, but you knew this culture at the time by sight, by physically going on their land, that they might need oil, olive oil, to help their meats survive. Yeah, they might have wanted the chocolates because at that time they were entertaining, and being a fire sign, you all about entertainment. So yes, you would have exchanged the chocolates, but deep down you would have known that you should have really suggested selling the olive oil to them in regards to what you have seen in the present moment. So again, if you know, yes, you have a great service, but the circumstances might need you to show a different service that you can provide for them that truly will work for them, now is the time to bring it out, because Leos, you're all about change, so you're very adaptable. So depending on the circumstances that is in front of you, how can you use your natural abilities to make this a service? Yes, but at any given moment can help the community out as well. So that way you won't feel that unwise choice. Your service has to match the person's, what they're communicating and what they feel is necessary. Yes, they can feel this is necessary, but if you see that they also need something else, then offer that and say, this is why I'm suggesting you take this as well. Yes, you're going to have to pay for it, but guess what? This amount is better than what you would have paid later on from the damages that's going to happen if you don't. Again, Leos are very good at change. So if you're into accounting, bookkeeping, management of time, even management of finances, or management of products and services, this is the time to bring them out. Learn what you can from the situation. So again, even in your past life, you have experience, and your soulmate had experienced how, yes, your service is grand for your community, but given what you physically see in front of you with the person that is asking for your services, or you can provide your services to, really look at their environment, really look at the circumstances in which they have, and see what other services that you have as a natural ability that you can provide for the community as a product or as a service. So review everyone's motives. Again, even not just the motives of yourself, but the motives of the person. Even though they might communicate their needs and desires, their physical changes around them might require you to take that leadership role and say, now you're also going to need this, or you might not need this right now. You really need this service from me. Yeah, it might look like you're just changing up on them, but you're showing them that I can be adaptable and still provide services that is suitable for you, really suitable. Female Leos, you and your soulmate is becoming the house of Capricorn, which is all about becoming also a leader in how you govern your services to family, friends, the community. You and your soulmate is seeing how this time is a positive change, how a situation before you suddenly moves forward once you realize, oh, I do have the antidote to even the worst case scenarios. And if that means using it as an instruction or using it through how I communicate to others, my service, and how it can truly help them, so be it. Because the fortune is on your side and your soulmates. The third card that came out earlier, which was like, why the third card for both masculine and feminine, both your soulmates, including you, masculine and feminine Leos, are being the fourth house of the Emperor. That's what was felt earlier from the reading, but my phone was getting so fired up with the energy that I had to stop, and now I see why. You're both making, and your soulmates are making such a change that you are going to be the Emperor and Empress. So you're going to be more organized. People are going to see you as logic, very logical, and they're going to notice that your structure and, again, discipline, which was mentioned earlier from the research I found from the astrocodex.com, and another, when it comes to numerology, I'll give y'all more information about that, because now I see why I had to do that research since last year. You and your soulmates are becoming the leaders. So what is it going to look like to you? How do you really show that outwardly when given the circumstances? How will you utilize that? And how does it really make you feel good and your client or the person that you are exchanging the service to truly benefit out of that? That's when real leadership begins, not just on your turf, but outside, because Emperor is expansion. And that would explain why the masculine and feminine had sail and scribe writing. You're tapping into the Piscean. That's a Piscean right there. Both the sailors of the sea. Scribe writing is all about your creativity from the house of Taurus. And I'm a Taurus. I'm all about creativity and beauty. But it has to come from a real place. This is one of my ways of showing that through reading, along with singing and other things. And this is what you're realizing for yourself. So until we meet again, Mr. and Miss Leos, you and your soulmate are becoming an emperor. What does that mean to you? We will see you on the other side.